Alright, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, so today, I am eating some Mr. Heroes, okay? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Go and subscribe. And even if you aren't new, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications next time we post a video. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you'd like to see us try, things you'd like to see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. And I'm going to say grace and get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thanks for this food I'm about to receive and nourishment of my body in health. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So I have some waffle fries with cheese sauce. This is the most important thing, okay? The waffle fries with the cheese sauce. And I have some jalapeno poppers. I have a Roman burger. I think I got the 10-inch. And then I have a 10-inch, some little specialty burger. I couldn't even tell you what it was, but whatever the ingredients were, it sounded really good. So I'm going to get started. And it's actually pretty interesting that I got a Roman burger. I actually... One thing... Sorry, I just had to take that bite. I asked them to put bacon on it, but they didn't. Because I was talking to my family last night, and you all know it's Family Call Wednesday, and my dad was like, "Did you know you could get bacon on a Roman burger?" And it was a revelation. Like, I don't think he knew. I can't remember if my brother, what his reaction was, like if he knew that he could get bacon on it or not, but oh, you know what? I forgot to get Gavin's burger with American cheese on it. Because when we pulled up, his nose was turned up. He was like, "Oh no, I don't want nothing from here." Well, we ain't going nowhere else, and they got burgers. He liked burgers. He didn't like the type of cheese that was on it though, because most of them do show Swiss cheese. But I told him I would get him with American cheese, but I think I forgot. So I did check the bag and realized that they hadn't given me the cheese sauce. Y'all don't understand how hurt I would have been if I'd got all the way home and the cheese sauce wasn't there, because this place is not necessarily close to me. It's not far. It's like 15 minutes away on the freeway. A little longer on the street, so I'd be mad. The point of that is that I wouldn't be able to go right up there and get it, you know? It's actually pretty interesting that I got Mr. Heroes, or even got a Roman burger, because I ain't like Roman burgers. When I went to Mr. Heroes, I got stuff that that people typically don't go, like that they not known for. They really known for their Roman burger and their butter cheesesteak. That's what my mom always used to get. But one thing, I actually tasted a gyro for the first time at Mr. Hero. We had one. I think this is a... I want to say that Mr. Heroes, well, we thought that it was just something solely in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland area or whatever. But then when I moved down here, I did see if they had it, but I think I never even went. Not even to get fries and cheese sauce, which is pretty interesting. I don't think. Or maybe I have. I used to live by one out east. There are only like 2 or 3 in the city. The one that I went to is a newer one. But yeah, in any event, I used to get like, so it was a Mr. Heroes right up the street from where one of the places I grew up. Yep, this is good. Whatever it had on it sounded good. So one of the streets I grew up on was on St. Clair or what have you, but there was a in Cleveland, there's Mr. Heroes. Literally at the beginning of our street. So we lived off of St. Clair. So our street, you know, the intersection of St. Clair and our street had a Mr. Heroes. So we probably ate Mr. Heroes almost every day. One, because they would always have some sort of special for $1. And I loved when it was most of the time it was a chicken sandwich or a fish sandwich. And both of them are bangers, or bangers to us anyway. And somehow we always got $1 for something, so. We was able to get the chicken sandwich. Then it was also a pizza place that was right next to Mr. Heroes, and that pizza was super good. You could get like a little personal pizza for $5. And that was always a treat when we were able to save up or have money to get a pizza by ourselves anyway. You know. That little spot where we lived at, I mean, it was kind of perfect. I mean, we had those 2 places, then next to the it was like a mini little strip mall. So it was Mr. Heroes, then the pizza place, then the dollar store. We stayed in the dollar store. Tell y'all a story about the dollar store in a second. Then, so that was on one end of the street. Then right at the next corner after our house, so you're going down, going down the street, and then when you get to the next intersection, it was a corner store. Love the corner store. Well, on the opposite side of the plaza with the Mr. Heroes and stuff, it was like a little convenience store. It was called Eagle. I remember that we always used to this is that time where you could go and get cigarettes and stuff for your parents. Like I was still living in the age where we could do that. And you could buy the cigarettes with food stamps. And you had the paper food stamps. Yeah, how many of y'all that old? You had a little paper food stamp, little brown, one was purple. I forget what the other colors were. Maybe it's like blue or green. And then when you spent the food stamps, you got real change, like real money and change back. So about the dollar store. So was that the dollar store that we did? I guess it was. But But maybe we traveled to that dollar store or something. We moved like 2 other times. So we lived on that street for a while. Then we moved a little bit further down. So that was 76th. Then we moved on 70th. And then we moved on 60th in St. Clair. And when we lived on 60th, I don't know what it was. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know if we was actually really, really in trouble or whatever. Like we actually did something really egregious or whatever. But, excuse me, it was at one point in time, my mom started like, we wanted a lot to talk on the phone when she wasn't at home. And really not even when she was at home. For whatever reason, she liked to remain like contactless or not being able to be reached by people. So she would leave the phone off the hook sometimes when she was at home, so that people, would just ring busy and people couldn't call or leave a voicemail or whatever. Well, I don't know what we did, but she started taking the receivers to work with her or keeping them in her trunk so that we couldn't make calls and stuff like that. So me and my sister felt like we was smart, and we ended up, I don't know how we got the money, probably from my dad, or not asking him explicitly, but we might have got the money for something. And we ended up going to that dollar store to get a phone. And we would hide the phone under my sister's bed, I think, because her bed was closer to the wall where the phone jack was. But one time we forgot to unplug it. While we was at school, and it rained while we was gone. Salty. I don't know how much trouble we got in for that, but she probably just took the phone and we was back at square one. But yeah, we always just had, like, we couldn't really, when I think about it, maybe, I don't think we could talk on the phone knowingly while she was there, or we just had to talk on the phone while she was gone. But she worked a lot. Like, sometimes my mom worked third shift or worked during the day on the weekends and stuff. So that's when we talk on the phone. And then when she started getting phones that, you could check the caller ID and stuff like that, and check the numbers that you dialed, we would have to do, and I don't even know if it worked or whatever, or she even checked it, but we felt like we needed to cover our bases. So we would, like, if it was a phone that you could see the caller ID and stuff like that, cordless phone, we would, like, write down, I think one of the phones, it had to be, like, you could see the last 5 numbers that you dialed. So we would write those numbers down, excuse me, make whatever phone calls we was going to make, and then once we was done using the phone, we would dial those numbers again in the same order, so that if she checked it, it would just show that it was just the last numbers that she dialed. Bro, stop messing with my So we did that, but that was only on numbers that we could, on phones with a cordless receiver that we could see or whatever. I guess we never thought about it on when we didn't have a one where you could see the car ID. And we don't know if she would have gone that far to check, but never ever underestimate Sandy and the level of pettiness that she would go through to no, I'm just playing. No, but we felt like we needed to cover all our bases, and clearly sometimes we didn't even do all that. So another thing that my mom recently just told us. So sometimes we wasn't allowed to watch TV while she was gone, and so we thought we always wanted to know how she knew that we was watching TV. Like, my mom is a neat freak, right? Low key OCD-ish, and the TV was in. Was that the only TV that we had in her room? I don't know, but or maybe we just chose or opted to watch it. Ow! You just bit my toe, bro. No, no, bro. No, don't try to cry. I should be crying. You're the one that bit me. I don't know if her room was the only room that had the TV, or if we opted to watch the TV in her room, because if we heard her coming in the door, we probably could get out of her room faster than we could out the living room or whatever. I don't know. I don't know where our minds was at. So we would watch TV in her room and stuff like that, and then we would look at the channel that it was on and the channel that you pushed last, right? When we pushed previous channel, and keep track of that so that we knew, we would put it back on them channels. Like, basically, push the button for that channel and then push last so that, it will make it seem like we hadn't been watching TV. And so we always wanted to know how she knew that we was in there watching TV in her room. Like, we thought that because she's such a neat freak, maybe she saw something out of place. Like, you know what I'm saying? That we unknowingly moved something or whatever, because we would try to sit. If we sat on her bed, maybe we didn't put the bed back the way it was supposed to go. Or I always joke and say that, I must have brought some lint in the room or something like that. And she saw that and figured out that we was in her room watching TV. So, and then, so like I said, we would make sure that the channels was where they were supposed to be or whatever, and turn TV off. She recently told us that we had them fatback TVs, and how she knew we was watching TV is because the TV would still be hot when she got home. No matter how she knew. So we would be sitting up here saying that we didn't watch TV or something like that, but no, it's because the TV was hot. That's crazy, ain't it? Mind blowing. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, and I mean, most of the time we did know when she was coming home. So, I guess if we had really even thought about that, we probably could have, turned it off maybe in enough time to let it cool down. Probably not. But that is just mind-blowing. Like, but that goes to show, like, and that's why we trying to tell Gavin, too. Like, I may not find out when you do something, but I'm going to find out eventually, Like, I may not find it out right when you do something. But one, your lie's going to catch up with you. Or two, it's just going to come out. What's done in the dark comes to light all the time, right? And I love it when I catch him in something or whatever. Like, what happened recently, so one of my co-friends, her son and Gavin are like really cool, and they play Fortnite and stuff like that. Well, Gavin hasn't really been able to play Fortnite because of something else, but one of the last times he played, Gavin wants to, for whatever reason, he's really adamant about having a mic to play Fortnite. And players do talk to each other through these mics or whatever, but I honestly don't. One, he doesn't really need the mic. Is not a requirement to play the game. When he first started playing Fortnite, he wasn't even thinking about a microphone. He was a little bit younger, and he was playing Fortnite and having a blast. But for whatever reason, he just like recently, the last year and a half maybe or something, he has just been really adamant about wanting to have a mic to play Fortnite. And I'm really against it because this world is crazy. People are crazy, and one, I know my child, and I know that his lips flap like butter, okay? They loose like butter, and he will mess around and tell all my business and have somebody's crazy self, okay, on their way to Ohio to come and get him or me or maybe even, you know, coerce him into giving him some personally identifying information about us or whatever. You just never know. And people, like I said, people in this world crazy, okay? So, I told him he couldn't have a mic. And he found out, now I haven't given him a mic or whatever, but you can hear the kids talking when he played the game. And plus, a lot of them kids got, so on top of the fact that, you know, you are sometimes playing with adults. And then a lot of the kids got potty mouths and stuff like that. Like, I remember one time, it had to be a kid, and he was less than 10. Somebody asked him how old he was, one of the other kids that was playing. And he was cussing up a storm. And I'm just like, where is your parents at for you to just be sitting up there cussing like that, right? And I don't, and again, because I know my child, I know that he would mess around and try to be doing something like cussing like that, like them kids, to be cool, or because he think it's cool, or because somebody else doing it, and don't get yourself jacked up. So, and he say, oh mom, I'm not gonna do it. Gavin gonna try you, okay? I know that for a fact, and I ain't able to fool. I wasn't born yesterday. So, he did find this pair of headphones that actually came with a watch that I gave him, that he got for Christmas. He figured out that he could put these headphones in his PS4 controller, and it could be used as a mic or whatever. So he one time he plugged it in, and I'm like, and I'm asleep, right? And I come in here, and I'm like, who the hell is he talking to? And, you know, come to find out he had them headphones in or whatever. So that was a warning. I was like, now, don't do that again. You know, don't plug. You already know. I already told you. You already know how I feel about you having a mic and being able to talk to these kids or whatever. And while some of it may be harmless, it's a no. It's all around no for me. If you can't play the game without the headphones, then you're just not gonna play at all, because it's not a requirement for you to play. Stop, boy. Yes, I'm talking to you. Stop. Get down. Get down. Get down. Thank you. But get your hands off that, though. Stop playing. I don't care. You need to stop playing with that. So, you know, that was the number one warning. Don't do it again, right? I think he did it another time in which he got his privileges taken away, and he couldn't play for, I don't know how long. I told him he couldn't play. So then, what happened? I went to dinner with one of my friends or whatever, right? And I let Gavin play the game while I was gone, and he used them headphones. I don't even know why I didn't just take the headphones, because it's not like he don't need them for nothing or whatever, right? And I always know when Gavin trying to be slick or whatever, like, and I did leave him at home by himself. This was like at the end of last year, or no, it was actually earlier this year, right before the Rona hit. And I always know that he being slick, because he tried to like rush me off the phone, and we was on FaceTime. I was calling, see what he was doing, check on him, stuff like that. So he'll either try to leave the room to do whatever it is that he's trying to do sneakily, or he'll try and rush me off the phone and stuff like that. So in this case, he was trying to rush me off the phone. And so he was playing Fortnite, and he was using them headphones, right? So I didn't know about it that night or whatever. Although I didn't know for sure, but I know he was doing something while I wasn't at home. I just didn't know what it was, but I knew he was doing something. So the next day, he's talking to my friend's son, and they chopping it up, and they talking about they about to play Fortnite or whatever. And my friend's son's like, Gavin, you gonna use them headphones you had yesterday? And if y'all have seen Gavin's look, like he was salty. He was salty, but he tried to play it cool. He was like, "What are you talking about? I have no headphones or whatever." And my friend's son was like, "Yes, you do." He was like, "It was the ones that you was using last night. You was just using them last night." And I said, "Oh." And so Gavin sat up there trying to lie and be like, "No, I wasn't. He don't know what he talking about. I don't know what you talking about." But I was like, Skip, trying to save face. So then I asked my friend's son directly. I was like, Gavin had them headphones? And he was like, "Yep." And it wasn't like in a snitchingly way or anything like that. He didn't know that Gavin wasn't supposed to have them or whatever. He was just, because I think they always plan, and I think that, I want to say maybe my friend's son, yeah, he has a mic, so he will always have to be the one talking or whatever, or saying stuff for Gavin and stuff like that, or relaying messages and stuff. And when they would play together and stuff like that. So, you know, I guess he probably thought it was cool that Gavin was able to actually talk to him through the game this time. So yeah, I confirmed with my friend's son that he had them headphones, and then he got his privileges taken away. And I don't know, he may have got more disciplined, more than just taking the game away or whatever like that. But all that to say that, you know, I guess us as kids, we be thinking we be smart. We think we can outsmart our parents, and we just really can't. And as y'all can see from my story, I did not. And there are plenty of other stories where I thought I was slick and thought I had outsmarted my parents, and nope. Or I may have gotten away with it for a little while, but something happened, and you know, something happened, and you slip up, and then you mess around and get caught. That's how it happened all the time. So just tell the truth, friends. You know, that's the moral of the story. Just tell the truth, be truthful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my story, and my camera is going to cut off, or it's about to die here soon, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook, interact with us, because we do like to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. And leave some, hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. And we'll see you in the next one. Good folks. Peace out. Oh yeah, the joys of being a kid and of being a parent, man. I just always tell my dad that he ain't give me no details, man. He ain't tell me why I shouldn't have kids. He just said don't have kids. And I feel like if he'd elaborated on that thing and like really put some focus or whatever or something on that, I feel like I'd have understood more. Or maybe I wouldn't have, but then that definitely, it's my fault still. But it really been my fault if he gave me details. But that's okay, because Gavin and Grayson, they getting details, okay? They gonna know why I'm saying that. You definitely should wait, okay, to have kids until you're at a mental, emotional, physical, financial, all those good spaces in those areas to be able to, you know, successfully raise a child in this day and age, or in this world period, or whatever. But I love my babies. I wouldn't change it for the world or what have you. I think parenting is the biggest blessing, the best job that I have. As I know it sounds cliche, but it is the truth. I absolutely love being a mom. Wouldn't trade it for the world or what have you. But yeah, I needed them details though, just saying, because parenting is horror. It's horror. Alright, I'm gone for real this time because my camera about to cut out. Hi. What's up?